Hello, hello. We are back in the building. This might be one of the last videos you see in this setting for a little while because Sherene is going off on another adventure for a little while, so we'll be doing them a little bit differently after this one, so you'll have to stay tuned for that. But for our final video in her apartment for the next couple of months, we are going to be talking about the upcoming full moon eclipse that is happening on August 18th.
Yeah.
And again, just like the retrograde video that you just saw, eclipses do happen frequently. I mean, not like all the time, but again, they do happen a few times a year as well. So again, it isn't like anything like, oh my God, it's the end of the world or anything like that. But it is, again, definitely a time where you should be paying a little extra attention for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll go into that. Yeah, pay a little extra attention and just be, again, always stay mindful, obviously, but just know that there is this eclipse energy coming in, and I'm gonna have Sherene break that down. Sherene with me, of course, as always, break that down for us so we can really get a little bit more tuned into what is happening between, we got retrograde energy, we got eclipse energy. There's definitely a lot going on between August and middle of September. So
yeah,
pass it off to Sherene.
And it is the unexpected. You may already be getting a glimpse of it, like me. Like I wasn't expecting to be going to India so fast, and suddenly I'm on the way to India.
Right, exactly. It's kind of like the eclipse energy, right?
Yeah, it's in my third house,
sudden.
so it's like,
yeah,
you're off to India. So it could be something like that. One day you're in your life, the next day you're suddenly being transported to another reality.
Right. Before we go on, I feel like one quick thing that I should ask you for the folks is, like, what exactly does it mean, like, to be in an eclipse? So we have a full moon eclipse. What does that even mean? Right?
So we're in the right now we're in what's called the shadow of the eclipse. Now the eclipse itself is coming on the 18th, but the shadow period is when we start to feel like something is coming. Like we could kind of feel it kind of feel like there's a storm coming. It's more intense than a normal full moon because of the eclipse energy. Sometimes you can see the eclipses, sometimes they're visible in the sky. It's when either the sun is eclipsing the moon or vice versa. This one is this is a lunar eclipse that we're having. It's not a full lunar eclipse, but it still counts. And we will feel it in terms of a restless energy, I think, this time. We're going to feel like something's coming, something's like our status quo is about to be shaken up, and we have to be kind of open for anything. Like it's a time to let go of our old perceptions, our old attachments, and our old ways of doing things. We probably all feel like we're on this, brink of a new reality anyway. Like since Mars has left Scorpio, we've said goodbye to a lot of things, a lot of people, and we're ready to embrace like who's true in our life, like what's true in our life now that we're in the Sagittarius period fully, which by the way, this eclipse is ultimately going back to the Saturn and Sagittarius story, which is all about what has truth, integrity, and the highest level of value in your life. Like you've probably cleaned out a lot of things that did not apply to that test, right? Because Saturn's always testing us. Okay, like so, what do you want to say yes and no to in your life? So this eclipse could kind of shed. It's almost like a floodlight on that part of your life where you're like, this is where I have to break through my old stagnation, my old BS, and get very truthful with myself about what matters most to me, what I'm willing to compromise, where my no compromise zones are, and how I can step deeper, how I can step more fully, I think is a better way to say it, more fully into my authenticity, because Aquarius is the sign of authenticity. So it's not about people pleasing, it's not about doing what's expected of you and not doing anything necessarily even to be liked. It's about being true to your own goals, to your own value system, to your own path, really.
Yeah, I'm hearing cutting out bullshit as well. Like cutting out bullshit time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
That's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, it is an ongoing thing. But I feel like I said that before too. But again, cutting out the bullshit.
But we'll be able to see what the bullshit is. More like it's kind of like suddenly like this huge spotlight on areas that you're like, oh, you know what? That's just so old. And that's an old pattern, and it's just time to...
it's time.
It's time.
Yeah, it's time.
Expiration date was like a month ago. So now we really got to let go and move on and embrace, like, hopefully there's a lot of wonderful new opportunities coming into your life.
Something that you didn't see coming, right? Something that you didn't expect, something very unexpected. Something that wasn't in the lines of your original master plan.
Yeah, God laughs when we're making plans. And this is the proof of it.
Exactly. It's like, oh, well, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
The curveball, all that. So I feel like it's very much that energy.
It's the curveball.
Yeah, the curveball, the unexpected, So I feel like, is there anything that we can do to just kind of take care of ourselves so we're not freaking out or, we're not living in fear over, because I always feel like with these things, shit happens, but, really it's all for this greater, big picture thing, right?
It is. I think it's really a time of major awakenings and breaking out of patterns, which is such a gift. And because of that, we have to stay extra grounded. So get extra rest, slow down, also because we're in that Mercury retrograde shadow, it's an important time to slow down and really keep your eyes wide open, your feet really solidly planted on the ground while you walk around with a lot of mindfulness and awareness about the messages and the stories that are coming to you to help you break out of your old stagnation, your old ruts, and anything that you need to really come into a deeper level of your own authenticity, so that you're like, yeah, you know what, like, I'm really living in alignment with my vision, my values, my truth, what I said I want to be doing and creating in this life, and my vision and my community, my friendships, like all of these things are going to line up for you. Especially like one really good barometer with the Aquarius full moon is look at the people that you've surrounded yourself with, your friendships. Like, I feel really blessed. Like, I have wonderful friends that I feel like we're on the same page, we're for the same cause, and so the reverberations around you are in alignment with what's important to you. But if you have people around you that are sucking your energy, or like just not on the same page and you're not going after the same things, it's really going to show up during this eclipse, and you may even have to alter some of your social connections if you feel like, this is just taking me down or taking me back. Like, the level of friendships that support are going to be really support versus detract from your life are going to be really highlighted during this eclipse. So we may have to make some adjustments.
Some cleanup again, back to that tidying up thing.
Yes,
cool, awesome. All right, well, stay tuned for the next one, because it'll be a little bit different the next time you see us together.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for watching. And
India, San Francisco,
yeah, exactly. Happy eclipse retro crazy August season, everyone.